Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. The Yardie man's game. Yeah, and I actually wanted to call this something else, but you know what? I said I don't want to get flagged from the get-go. Because I was going to call this joint the Yardie man's strokes, right? Like one of my friends on Facebook, he's from across the pond, lives in Britain, right? He sent me this minute-long video, you know, one of those things they share on Facebook, right? Wanted my opinion on it, and I said I was gonna do a video with it, right? So it was this this brother from his patois. I think he sounds Jamaican, definitely, but he said when girls get tired of their men, they book a flight to Jamaica. And then 3 months later, they on the beach with the Yardie man. Then he said, man's giving your girl the willy all day, bruh. Man ain't giving her no regular strokes, bruh. Man giving her them long strokes, bruh. Man giving her those long Yardie man strokes, bruh. He said, man, be going raw, busting nut on your bae's ovaries, bruh. I was like, my thoughts, You know, I already did a video on women and sex tourism. You know, how these women be all hypocritical and stuff. And, you know, complaining about men going to places like Brazil or the Dominican Republic. But knowing they be going someplace like the Bahamas or Jamaica. I mean, back, shoot. 20 years ago, that was a big old movie, how Stella got her groove back. You know, the fictionalized story how Terry McMillan went down to the islands and found that dude who did turn out to be gay, but we're just gonna sip our tea on that one, right? Anyway, right? I mean, I remember when that movie came out, women they were giving standing ovations and stuff in that movie, right? Gonna get that Yardie man stroke. And this video ain't just about you know, the sex tourism and everything. Because when I saw the video, I wasn't surprised. Because one of the things that dude was talking about in the video, he said that woman would go back home, and you know, he had a guy treating her all right and stuff, and just giving her that regular woolly, not that like you know, like that long Yardie man stroke willy. Nah, and she said that man, you know, her regular guy be giving her money, and she be, you know, that dude be, she be sending that money to that Yardie man, right? Shit, that's just shit. That's Mr. Goodbar's island cousin. Look, yeah, here's the thing, y'all. And I just did a video about, you know, these guys trying to tell somebody about the game and stuff when they ain't been in it. At the end of the day, the game is about who the woman is really getting open for, and who she turned on by sexually. You know, my mentor, Master Yao, in his book Awakening the Master Masculine, he said women are judging. There's a sexual component to how women judge a man, how most women judge a man, even if it's for something that's unrelated to sex. And I've seen this. See, y'all gotta understand, the real game is in the bedroom. When a woman looking at a man, or she judging him or categorizing him, it's based on what she considers his sexual worthiness. It don't got nothing to do with his character. Even though you know what, I just did a video. Paid video. You know, telling women they need to look at their character and purpose. They still need to, but the reality is, women are moved by their emotion, and their emotion is affected by their womb. So if you can turn them on, that affects them emotionally. That's why many women can like tell a man they love him, but not in love with him. They love him, you know, based on, you know, some virtues, and they can appreciate some stuff about him, but he ain't making the womb tingle. You know, and see, that emotion in that womb is connected. I mean, that's a part of that whole womb imprint. And thing is, I thought about the little thing, and I said, you know, I like when I see stuff like this that breaks the real game down. The real thing down. That's why, you know what? That's why sometimes I do get a little hot at some guys trying to tell me some bullshit, or talk about some facial symmetry or some other stuff, or even money. Cause like in that video, the dude said she had a man at home giving her money and all that stuff, and she's probably giving him some decent sex. But she getting turned out by some guy who probably might not have a penny to his name. Well, except for what she giving him. And some dude on that gigolo thing. And that's the real deal, y'all. And see, people, you know, when I wrote my books, and I've told some people, the main part of my books, because a lot of guys read it and didn't get anything from it because they looking for pickup lines and all that. But the reality of what I teach a man really is learn how to turn on a woman sexually. I mean, that's even the main chapter in my first book, Nice Guys and Plays. And then I take it further with sexual chemistry. And still got dudes, they can't get it. They still thinking, well, you know, I got this and that, or I'm going to hit her with the mouthpiece. Even the mouthpiece, really. And I know I'm just kind of just throwing stuff out, but really that's just to secure it. That's just the negotiation part. It's like, okay, she turned on by you. You just, you know, try and get her to the point. Y'all just negotiating when it's going to happen. See, that's how a woman can judge a man within a few seconds. She can't judge his character, even though she should. We can say she should all we want. She can't judge where she's going. She can't judge compatibility. All she know is he turns her on. It's like men, the equivalent in men, for us to understand it, it's like when we see a woman and we like turned on, we want boom. Like the average man, you know? Average man, let's just keep it 100. Average man is seeing a woman, he just want to get with her. Well, shoot, women are on that too. And see, one thing too I liked about that brief minute video talked about the sexual underworld. Because many women do that. A lot of dudes. There's a lot of dudes out there. You know, they're doing all the right things and they getting some sex from the woman. And she might even be enjoying it to a degree. You know, maybe even having mild orgasms. See, a lot of men don't realize women, even though they're complaining about lack of orgasms and stuff, they have them. A woman can have a mild one. She can have, like, when she with that guy who's taking care of all the responsibility and the money and stuff, she can have a mild one. You know, she could be like, "Ooh, yeah, that feels good," all that stuff. But then she get with that Yardie man, Mr. Goodbar, the good man, that guy who's, you know, on some mandingo thing. She turned the fuck out. I mean, she's screaming. She's shaking, all that stuff, levitating, all that, doing all that stuff that she tells her husband or boyfriend, well, I don't do that. I don't suck that thing, you know, and we always got to use a condom. And, you know, like the dude said in the video, shoot, the Yardie man, he be busting all up on her ovaries and whatnot. Shoot, just leaving her, I mean, shoot. I think in many cases when women, they don't have to travel to like some island to get that man, you know, that guy might just live across town. And the number of women who have some dude like that on the low is probably very high. Probably very high. It's some stuff. Let's put it like this. It's a part of the game I don't talk about that much. I've talked about it, but I don't talk about it, if y'all know what I'm saying. Because I think if a guy who's on the wrong side of the spectrum sees some things, he will be angry. Dudes think they angry now. Dudes think they red pill now. It's like, nah, bruh. You still seen the outside. Wait till you see the inside. If you there, if you on the other side of it, that's when you truly red pill. See, you just seeing it and looking at it is nothing. But when you're on the other side, oh yeah, that's when you like shit. And let's just say my work comes from the Yardie man perspective. I'll leave it at that, right? Because I mean, everything's turned on its head when you deal. you know, when you go there, everything's turned on its head. You know, you got dudes thinking they gotta take a woman out and go to all these places, think they gotta have so much money, status, think they gotta look all like all that. Nah, you just need a strong back and just some primal ass shit. You know, give that woman that impression. You'll slam her against the wall, plaster her all over the room and whatnot, floor, whatnot, just on some, like, just tap the shit, throw her leg, pin her, like, ankles by her head and whatnot, and go bucking her and shit. And she gotta feel that vibe with you. See, a lot of men don't give that vibe, you know. And then, you know, just, oh my goodness, God, you like, see that, you know, you got some guys now talking about breaking some woman's imprints. Like, dog, nah, not really. Y'all had no idea. You gotta have that shit where, one, you need to have a decent sized member. All right, let's just get all some bullshit out the way before you even think about it. Then you gotta turn her on to the point where she's so aroused, she gripping your joint like it's, you know, she could grip a pinky in her. That shit is so tight, you know. That's how fired up she get. It's like I don't think y'all really understand until y'all see a woman who's truly turned out. That's some of the fake me out shit y'all might get, but just, yeah. So, yeah, I had to share that. You know, I'm gonna tell you the truth about that side of the game. Cause most dudes are gonna listen to this video. Most dudes are gonna share this video. Most dudes who will probably have some issues with what I'm saying. You seeing it from, like I said, you seeing it from the guy who's at home, taking care of shit, being a good husband, being a good boyfriend, you know, going shopping with her. But once you on that other side, if you saw it from the other side, it's a totally different animal, totally different. And like I said, I could explain it. It's kind of like that whole thing. People use that thing about the Matrix, but until you truly unplugged, and I'm just gonna be real with y'all. A lot of people think they red pill really ain't unplugged. They think they are, but they not. It's like they still within the Matrix, but they haven't gone anywhere near Zion. And then, of course, you got some people never really been in the Matrix. So, you know, they don't have any plugs in them. You know, that's the real thing. But, yeah, I wanted to share that. You know, I like, you know what it is? I just like confirmation. You know, because it's hard. It's a world or perspective that's not really seen. It really is. It's there, though. It's there. Like I said about, you know, video I did, the sexual underworld. You know, it's that world out the corner of your eye. So anyway, that's it on this joint. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.